It began like any other landing. The Delta Connection flight, a CRJ-900 jet, descended towards Toronto Pearson Airport. On board were 76 passengers, many returning from business trips or holidays, eager to be home. John Nelson, a passenger, later recounted the sense of normalcy, the routine bump of the wheels hitting the tarmac. But this was no ordinary landing. The plane didn't slow down. Instead, it skidded. Passengers felt a sudden jolt, then a sickening lurch as the aircraft careened down the runway. Outside the windows, snow and sparks flew. Inside, panic rippled through the cabin. Mass chaos, Nelson called it. He saw a big fireball erupt as the plane's wing tore open. Then, the unimaginable happened. The CRJ-900, still sliding at an impossible angle, flipped. Passengers were thrown against the ceiling. They hung upside down, suspended by their seatbelts, staring at the snow-covered ground through the shattered windows. Peter Kukov, another passenger, described the scene. "We were hanging like bats." Adrenaline surged through the cabin. Some passengers screamed, others cried, many prayed. But amidst the terror, a sense of purpose took hold. People fumbled with their seatbelts, desperate to escape the wreckage. Flight attendants, their training kicking in, directed passengers towards the emergency exits. What went wrong? The investigation is ongoing, but early speculation centers on the treacherous weather conditions. Toronto Pearson was in the grip of a winter storm. Winds gusted up to 38 miles per hour, blowing snow across the runways and reducing visibility. Pilots faced a challenging environment, even for a routine landing. Some experts point to the possibility of wind shear, a sudden change in wind speed or direction. Such shifts can be particularly dangerous during landing, as they can rob an aircraft of the lift needed to stay airborne. Others speculate that the plane may have hit a patch of ice or a foreign object on the runway, causing the initial skid. Adding to the puzzle is the lack of a flare before touchdown. Normally, pilots would gently raise the aircraft's nose just before landing, slowing the plane and ensuring a smooth touchdown. However, preliminary analysis of video footage suggests that the Delta Connection flight did not perform this maneuver. Whether this was a contributing factor or a result of other problems remains to be determined. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, TSB, is leading the investigation, with assistance from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB. Their findings will be crucial in understanding not only what caused this particular crash, but also in preventing similar incidents in the future. Amidst the wreckage, a different story unfolded, a story of courage, skill, and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. The Delta Connection crash was, by any measure, a terrifying ordeal, yet every single person on board survived. This miracle, for that's what many are calling it, is a testament to several factors. First and foremost is the swift response of the flight attendants. Despite being subjected to the same violent forces as the passengers, they acted with extraordinary composure. They directed passengers to exits, calmed frayed nerves, and ensured an orderly evacuation. Their training, undoubtedly honed through countless drills, proved invaluable in those critical moments. Then there's the rapid response of the emergency services. Firefighters were on the scene within minutes, extinguishing a small fire that had broken out and helping passengers escape the wreckage. Paramedics treated the injured, some of whom had sustained serious injuries. The seamless coordination between different agencies undoubtedly saved lives. Finally, the design of the CRJ-900 aircraft itself played a role. Built to withstand the rigors of short-haul flights, the plane's robust structure held up remarkably well during the crash. This, combined with advances in seatbelt technology and fire-retardant materials, created a survivable space for those on board. The Delta Connection crash serves as a stark reminder of the inherent risks of air travel. Despite being statistically the safest mode of transportation, accidents do happen. When they do, the consequences can be catastrophic. Yet, the Toronto Pearson incident also offers a glimmer of hope. The fact that everyone survived against all odds highlights the strides made in aviation safety. From aircraft design to pilot training to emergency response protocols, every aspect of air travel has been meticulously scrutinized and improved upon over the decades. These efforts, often invisible to the average passenger, are what make stories like this possible. The crash also underscores the importance of human factors, the skill of the pilots, the bravery of the flight attendants, and the quick thinking of the passengers all contributed to the positive outcome. In the face of danger, human resilience and the will to survive can make all the difference. As investigators piece together the events that led to the Delta connection crash, their findings will undoubtedly lead to further improvements in aviation safety. The lessons learned from this harrowing incident will help ensure that future generations can take to the skies with even greater confidence.